Oh, hey, my name's Ian, and, my commander of choice is Wort Boggart Auntie. Alright, so this is my Goblin deck right here, black and red, piloted by Wort Boggart Auntie herself. You know her, you love her, and she's a really good Goblin General. I think has to be the go-to Goblin General because of she's black and red, so you can obviously splash black in, and not only that, but her Goblin Recursion effect is very nice. I also like her because she has fear, so after 7 turns of swinging, you can win. It's unlikely, but you can do it. Alright, so my mana base, we got Rocky Tar Pit for the mana fixings, German Sulfurous Springs, Cinder Marsh. Not a big fan of these Tempest lands that stay tapped for a turn that you use the colored mana. Not the best, but what can I say? I'm cheap. Terramorphic Expanse, City of Brass, Polluted Delta. I had this fetch land lying around, and there's no islands in this deck, but, you know, figured if I can use it, might as well, for the thinning. We have Urborg Volcano here, Shadowblood Ridge, Auntie's Hovel, because why wouldn't ya? It's a Goblin deck. Tendo Ice Bridge, Rakdos Carnarium, Teetering Peaks, always good for that extra +2/+0 out of nowhere. Tainted Peak, Akoum Refuge, and a whole bunch of mountains. Ooh, mountains. Oh, look at that. Look at that now. Now they're swamps. Uh-oh. Only 2 swamps. They're going to be somewhere else in the deck. But for now, we got Balthor the Defiled. He's a zombie dwarf legend that resurrects my fallen goblins, and I'm always sending goblins to the graveyard, so I have a lot of recursion type effects in this deck. Draw and Lose Crusade, you know, one of my pump spells. My intention with this deck was to make like a more aggro-based goblin deck, and so I have a lot of pump spells as well as recursion effects, just to always have my goblins coming out and then becoming very powerful when they do so. Boggart Shenanigans ensures that when they die, I'm pinging them in the face. Shared Animosity turns them all into goblin pile drivers. Woo Lord. Grave Pact, so when a goblin dies, which happens a lot, they have to sacrifice a creature. Very cool. Liliana Vess, this lady gets you what you need. Phyrexian Arena, same thing, just drawing cards is always good for goblins. Refuel the hand. Patriarch's Bidding, yeah. I best be choosing goblins. Living Death, this is arguably sometimes better than Patriarch's Bidding because it can act as a sweeper, killing everything on their side and then resurrecting a whole bunch of goblins. Sometimes it doesn't work as well, but most of the time, really cool. Warren Weirding, some removal if they have some indestructible guys or what have you, but can also give me some goblins. More card draw, Knight's Whisper. Decree of Pain, sweeps the board, takes out my goblin horde, but then gives me like 20 cards, so I'm not complaining. Diabolic Intent, sack a goblin, get a sweeper. Innocent Blood, I throw away a goblin token, you throw away your Progenitus. Terminate, can't hit Progenitus, but hey. Mountain, I guess I need mountains. Mountains are good. Wheel of Fate, when I can ditch a whole hand of goblins and then draw 7 cards, I'm loving it. Wheel of Fortune, it's just Wheel of Fate without the suspending. What's not to love? Empty the Warrens, I play a Wheel of Fortune, and then I get a bunch of goblins. Storm matters. In fact, if I play a Dragon Fodder before Empty the Warrens, even more goblins, and then what if I gamble? What if I go gambling first? Even more goblins. Gamble has been known to backfire. It's a cool tutor, but be warned. Knucklebone Witch. She can sometimes get big when goblins die. Most of the time, she just dies herself. Boggart Mob. Token Generator. Supreme. Earwig Squad. If I pay the Prowl cost, I can take out key parts of their deck. Can be very nice if I'm playing someone comboing out. Frogtosser Banneret. Reduces goblins by 1. Awesome. Mad Auntie. Pumps them up, regenerates them. What more could I ask for? Goblin Tinkerer. Artifact Destruction. Goblin Recruiter. Arguably one of the best goblin tutors. It just stacks your deck with goblins. And Goblin Marshal. One of my favorite token creators, because it just leaves and enters the play with some buddy 1/1 guys. Love it. Goblin Chieftain. He's flailing around a giant mace. Mogg Fanatic. He just can't catch that football. Boink. Goblin Sharpshooter. He's gonna ping your 1/1s till they die, and then untap to do it again. Mogg War Marshal. Bringing in buddies is nice. Skirk Firemarshal. Goblins have a lot of marshals. If I tap 5 guys, I sweep the board, and my deck keeps falling down. Yep. Alright. Warren Instigator. Bumps out a bunch of guys with the double strike. Warren Instigator. Dumps out goblins from my hand. Very nice with double strike. Goblin Grappler. Provoke and then Warren Instigator. Sparksmith. Destruction. Pile Driver. This is the goblin that all goblins aspire to be. Reckless One. Hasty guy who's huge most of the time. Sting Scourger. Red Bounce. Woo! Goblin Lackey. This big-eared little goblin can get a lot done. Lightning Crafter. Crazy combos with Kiki Jiki, and never been able to pull it off. Like I said, more aggro-based deck, but nevertheless. Goblin Ringleader. Wowza. Can't be beat. Goblin Matron. Search for any goblin. Probably gonna search for the Ringleader. And or Kiki Jiki Mirror Breaker. Because with most of these goblins that have come into play effects, if I make a copy of them, goes bananas. Goblin Wizard. Or in Spanish, Mago de Goblin. South of the border, flavor. Siege Gang Commander. Awesome. Not much more to say. Gem Palm Incinerator. Cycling awesome. Voracious Dragon. Oh, you can eat all your goblins and throw twice the amount of damage at your opponent's face. Very cool. Not so good in multiplayer, but this deck in general, Goblin War Chief, awesome. Reduces the cost of them, makes them speedy. Murderous Redcap, persist, amazing ability. Skirk Prospector, I can sack Murderous Redcap and he'll just pop back out. And I'll get a mana. Mogg Catcher, if this guy sticks, I can tutor for goblins all day. Goblin Vandal, target artifact is destroyed. Squee, Goblin Nabob. Now this guy is comic relief. Love him though. Sack effects. He'll just come back to my hand. He's great. Goblin Pyromancer for that suicidal kamikaze attack that everyone loves. Goblin King because he's the king of goblins. And he pumps. Oh, would you just stay up? Coat of Arms for the pumping that you crave. Brass Herald for more pump and that Goblin Ringleader effect. Talisman of Indulgence, one of my only artifacts. This one's for mana fixing, and the infamous Skull Clamp. rounds out the deck. Duh! Oh man, what was that? Oh, thanks for watching Commander Decks. Subscribe and favorite, please.